The search for Nancy Guthrie now in its 18th day, and several major investigative leads are actively being worked on. Since the FBI released that doorbell video, investigators following every tip and evaluating every piece of evidence in this case. Monica Garcia joins us now live in the Catalina Foothills once again and tells us where this investigation stands tonight and how we got here. Monica.
Yeah, Sean, tonight the focus remains on that biological evidence. So what does that mean? That means anything that they've collected that could possibly have DNA on it. That's things like blood, possibly saliva, hair, skin cells, all these things. They're not telling us exactly what, but we know they have collected from the house, from Nancy Guthrie's house. And this comes as there's been a lot of information, Sean, that's been circulating all across social media on different stations and different publications with different theories, right? Well, tonight we are setting the record straight on current leads.
Investigators say several major leads are front and center right now. Walmart is a big one. The backpack seen in the doorbell video has been identified as one sold exclusively at Walmart. Detectives are reviewing recent sales, credit, and debit transactions. And the pacemaker is another key focus. Investigators are working with the manufacturer and the FBI to determine whether the device's signal, including possible Bluetooth, can be tracked. The suspect was armed and wearing a holster described as unique. Detectives are canvassing gun shops to identify both the weapon and that holster. Investigators continue urging neighbors within a 2-mile radius to upload surveillance footage, while Google works to retrieve additional Nest camera video using what the sheriff calls a delicate scratching process. And when asked about the Mexico border, the sheriff says entry and exit data is accessible and being reviewed with federal partners. So let's talk about how we got here. This all shifted last Tuesday morning, February 10th, when the FBI released the doorbell video showing that masked man approaching Nancy Guthrie's home and remaining inside for about 40 minutes. That same night, a man in Rio Rico was detained for questioning. He was later released. The next day, a black glove located, later sent to CODIS as part of the forensic work. Then came Thursday, February 12th, a major turning point. A tent was erected outside the home. The FBI then announcing a $100,000 reward. Investigators asked anyone within a 2-mile radius to upload surveillance footage. Detectives began entering nearby restaurants, asking kitchen staff to voluntarily provide DNA samples. And that's when neighbors began placing yellow flowers outside the home. And here at the station, we put up a Bring Her Home banner. 2 individuals were later detained in Shadow Hills and then released. To help filter leads, a surveillance upload webpage was launched. Now, 18 days later, and no arrests have been made. But investigators say this case remains very active.
Yeah, and Sean, tonight it's hard to believe that it has been more than 7 days since that doorbell camera taken right behind me, that archway of Nancy Guthrie's front porch, was released. We're still looking for that suspect. The sheriff department is reminding folks, of course, they are still obviously collecting evidence, still analyzing evidence, especially the DNA or whatever they found inside the house that they're calling biological evidence, and reminding people, obviously, to upload your videos. And he did address the allegations about Mexico. We keep hearing Mexico today. He says, listen, from the get-go, they did understand the possibility that Nancy Guthrie could be in Mexico, and they have looked into it, and that's something that they are aware. Sean?